keep it casual.
Oh, no,
I always tell the fucking producer to get a microphone because I don't mind you guys talking on the podcast. It sounds weird when I'm just talking into the ether and you respond to me. Anyway, guys, we are back. Welcome back to the Ready, Set, Blow podcast. Shit, this will be episode 331.
331?
Yeah. So this won't come out for a few weeks. So I had a bunch of friends in town. There was a comedy festival. So I pre-taped like 2 or 3 last week.
Okay. Right,
so this will come out in November.
Yeah, that's easy.
So if you have dates in November, let them know that.
Yeah, but you might have to get a flight. It's a bit of a commute.
All right, guys, that's my guest. The LeBron James of comedy himself, Kyle Legacy.
Yeah. Ring-a-ding-ding, you've got the king. What's happening, everybody?
Yeah, he's a British guy.
Riffy Claro, the Great Barrier Riff, whatever you want to call me, lad.
The Great Barrier Riff?
Yeah.
I love the way y'all talk. So he's a British guy I met in Australia.
Yeah.
Where in England are you from?
Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Yeah.
Can you guys tell the different accents between the British
guys? We say
guys?
we're not British, we're Scouse.
Scouse?
Like people from Liverpool are called Scousers.
What the fuck is a Scouse?
It's like, like fucking, I guess in Boston they'd be called Bostonians or whatever, you know what I mean?
Like
in LA they're called fucking Mexicans or whatever. In New York they're called fucking junkies, you know what I mean? Shit like that and stuff. So we're Scousers, so we always say we're not British, we're Scouse, and we say we're the People's Republic of Liverpool.
Okay.
So when people ask me about the Queen, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
So I know there's different British accents. Which one is the classy one? Not Liverpool, I meant.
This is sexy though. You can I'd put it in the sexy category, you know what I mean? But it's also in the scary category. But I guess like the fucking hello governor, that's all like London, you know what I mean? Like Cockney and stuff like that. Yeah.
All right, because I always feel like British people, to Americans, most Americans would say that British people sound, intelligent and classy just because of the accent.
Yeah.
Which is deceiving because a lot of them are fucking dumb.
Oh,
you included.
Sure, yeah. Dumb enough to accept to do this fucking podcast.
I know, right?
Just getting roasted in a storage room.
No, man, it's one of those things. I feel like with French, people are like, oh, it's a beautiful language. You've heard a lot of French. It's fucking gross.
Oh yeah, it's fucking audible.
Portuguese, that's the nicest language I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's sexy. Spanish be sexy as well. Italian be sexy, but then you got the elements of rape. The
guys, I wish the women would rape me.
Yeah, exactly. The women, I'm like, yo, for sure.
I guess it's not rape if I consent. Yeah, exactly. Any Italian woman, if you want to have sex with me, just do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Take me against my will.
Once if you're asleep, you don't mind either.
Well, it depends. It depends on the lady.
Oh, okay.
If it's if she looks like the Queen of England, no thanks.
Well, you're asleep, the lights are off. What are you on about? It's fine. You never wanted to have sex with a lizard before?
Drinking the blood of infants.
Yeah.
How'd you take the passing of the Queen? Was that like a big deal to you?
It hit me hard because we missed 3 weeks of football. So it was,
they canceled all the.
Yeah, because obviously
her fucking funeral lasted so long.
I know, but I mean, why cancel football? She didn't play. You know what I mean? It's not like you're missing a left back or something like that.
I know.
But it's like, the funeral was, and David Beckham, obviously, he lined up for like 10 hours or whatever.
I heard he fucking waited.
He wants that knighthood badly because he could skip a line. Yeah.
But don't they just let him like, all right, VIP line?
I think he was trying to be like, I'm a man of the people or whatever, you know what I mean, sort of thing. Yeah.
I mean, even at Disney World and at Universal Studios, you have a fast pass, so you can get like when you buy your ticket, you buy a fast pass and go to the front of the line. They should have been selling fast passes to view the Queen's body. Because I mean that shit. Because she started to rot when she was living. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a 4-week fucking funeral. By the end there, people were looking at, just raw meat.
Oh, for sure. And, like, you just lined up for 10 hours. You couldn't do anything. You just walked past it. You're just like, oh, is that oak? Nice. And then just kept walking like a dickhead. You know what I mean? They didn't have, like, a laser or a trip thing, you walk past and she pops up one last time. You know what I mean? Like, gives you a little scare.
Someone had like a marionette puppet.
You get a photo, like roller coasters. You get a photo at the end.
It's like Weekend at Bernie's. People are propping her up. Like,
that'd be crazy.
Do they still still take the monarchy pretty serious over there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like I obviously, in Liverpool, North is very different from the South. You know what I mean? I guess like there's a bit of a beef. You know what I mean? Like they talk shit about us.
Yeah,
talk shit about
the North
them,
and the South here,
like,
or the East and West Coast.
Of course, yeah. Oh, it's like North's like working class. You know what I mean? Blue collar, I guess you guys would call it. Down. They're all like Southern fairies and that we call them. You know what I mean? So like it's closer for them, but even just getting to whatever their age was, 96, I mean that's good innings anyway, even if you're not like royalty, you know what I mean? That's impressive. You got to give it up for that.
Oh yeah, well that's why I thought what's funny, like the coverage, the Queen has died. I was like, I'm surprised she lasted that long. Yeah, I expected her to go 15 years ago.
Yeah. 15 years.
She was 81 15 years ago.
That's true.
Most people die in their 80s.
Oh yeah, but I mean she's living the life though, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I will say this about the Queen. Obviously Americans think monarchy's bullshit because we're Americans.
But I mean, you definitely respect it because you love the tourism of it.
Yeah, well, we love celebrities, and that's what the Queen is. We love celebrity and fame, so she was that. Yeah. But I will say that even though the contract of monarchy, I think, is outdated, which even the parliamentary government of the UK would agree.
Yeah.
Her as the Queen, she brought a class and a grace to it. You know, like this Charles guy, I don't think anybody likes him.
Oh, everybody hates Charles.
Yeah, so and so I think him becoming the king is damaging to the crown.
Oh, definitely. He should have advocated it. And then William, who is the man of the people, you know what I mean? Like
more so than him, for sure.
For sure. Like he would have had it, but he's been waiting so long. He's never, you know what I mean? He's wanted it for ages, so he's not going to give it up and stuff like that. But
I mean, he's like 75, dude. He waited fucking 55 years for this.
Exactly. His face looks like a fucking fanny. You know what I mean? It's just fucking loose skin everywhere and shit.
Have you seen the photos of his fingers? He's got the weirdest sausage fingers here. They look like little chorizo nubs.
That's inbreeding. That's what that fucking is,
exactly,
for sure, yo.
Exactly. Do you believe the rumors that what's the other son's name? The redheaded one?
Harry?
Yeah. There's rumors that he's the love child of Diana and her tennis instructor because he's a redheaded, good-looking guy and kept his hair just like her. He doesn't look like the rest of them. That's for sure.
That's. I mean, the ginger that's come out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Exactly. Yeah.
A little outside influence there.
Yeah. Because if he was like Indian or Pakistani or whatever, it would be the guy that she had the affair with. That's obvious.
Dodi
you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
But this was when Charles and Diana were still married. She had a trainer who was a redheaded, like a tennis instructor.
Really?
Yeah, they did side by side with Harry and him, and it's like,
Oh shit! Yeah,
it's kind of like the rumor that's floating around about Khloe Kardashian
and OJ,
that she's the love child of Chris and OJ.
Sure. Well, I mean, where the height come from? You know what I mean?
And she doesn't look like any of those sisters. I mean, she's a giant human being.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like Armenians are like, I mean, I guess they're tan, but they're not that dark, really, are they? You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Hairy, but not dark.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. The back of them is very.
Yeah, you can pull their back hair doing doggy style. Get real sexy on them.
Just with like that, like fucking. You got what are they called on the horses?
Reins,
yeah, the reins. Giddy up on that. So yeah, but I mean, like 70 years, whatever. That longest running monarch, you know what I mean? Whatever.
She was the longest. Huh?
Yeah, I'll claim it.
Yeah, who's gonna? I mean, 'cause she took the throne at like 25, right?
Oh yeah.
So she had 70 fucking years on that.
Yeah. And that was back in the day where it's like, you know what I mean? I mean, even now, I guess, in fucking royal family and stuff, but it was male dominant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course.
So to go to head, nobody really wanted that.
Oh, women in 51, whenever she took over. Yeah. It was very rare.
But she owned that shit. You know what I mean? She didn't take shit from anyone. Like her husband, Prince Philip. You know what I mean? He was trying to like fucking be in charge, but she was like, nah, even you've got to fucking bow to me, you know what I mean? So it was sick.
Do the Brits have any problem, like, because like they get a stipend from the government to the tune of like 20 million each a year? Do they get pissed off about that kind of shit? I mean, because they're already independently wealthy. They don't need money from the government.
It's been like that forever, you know what I mean? And she, like you said, with the parliament, she doesn't do anything. She's a figurehead, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, she's got all, if you read them, she's like, it's like fucking Kim Jong-un, you know what I mean? Like, it's like rumors like that. It's like she owns all the dolphins. She owns all, which she does. But I mean, what are you going to do with them?
Yeah, she owns dolphins. Exactly. Like, how do you own a dolphin?
I know, exactly. They're very free. They're out there raping people, apparently. So, I mean, like, they're doing whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean?
Dolphins? Oh, yeah.
I've heard. Yeah, you heard about that?
They've sexually assaulted some women and some men.
Yeah, some men. Yeah, those have not been reported. Those ones. You swim that off. I tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, who's gonna believe you? I got sexually assaulted by a
flipper,
by a water mammal.
Get
the fuck out of here. No one will believe that.
Exactly.
I was gonna ask you. Oh,
it was just a guy with fucking alopecia. He was just smooth as fuck.
It's a guy from Powders in the Water.
Yeah.
So how many people got to die for Harry to take over? Because he abdicated his title, right? But
well, yeah. So he's advocated it now, but I guess if you know what I mean, like fucking a terrorist attack, they all died or whatever and stuff like that. Then I guess they'd bring him off the bench or something like that or whatever. Yeah.
How many people got to die for Meghan Markle to take over?
Oof. Every white person in England. They hate it.
Is there really that much racism?
I mean, I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like,
and let's be honest. You could not like her. Not because of her race. I mean, there's a lot to dislike about her. I mean, she has Harry's balls in a jar.
Yeah.
You know, like
she's hot as fuck though. Suits was sick, and it was more. I feel like it was more the American bloodline than the black bloodline. I feel like.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You guys just think American are fucking trash people.
I feel like that's what most
which you're
people,
not wrong about.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I got a few examples or whatever like that.
Seated right here.
Yeah.
I am not getting a knighthood from His Majesty the King.
No, for sure. I mean, you probably storm Buckingham Palace. That's your vibe. The White House and Buckingham
I'll break
Palace.
in.
For sure,
I'll pull a January 6th on the Buckingham Palace. Me and a bunch of fucked up Americans.
I love that you know the date off the top of your head as well. That's sick.
I read
no fact checking on this pod. That's it.
There's no reading, no research, just strong opinions.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we go with.
But yeah, what was the question again?
Oh,
I got caught in the riff.
Why don't they like Meghan Markle?
Oh yeah, I think it's more the American blood and stuff like that. Really, I mean, obviously there's racist everywhere. You know what I mean? There's like a group. I can't even remember what they're called, but they say there ain't no black in the Union Jack or whatever. Some fucking dickhead racist. You know what I mean? Old school people and that like.
That's a myth that I think Americans, particularly like the super woke in America, have, that like, America's it's just a racist country and, we're unforgivable. It's like every other country has fucking marginalized a minority group. I mean, like, the fucking Rwandan genocide. I mean, they killed they killed amongst themselves. Like, just because... It doesn't only happen here.
Europe, fucking World War II, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like Hitler.
Like, that was white on white racism.
Exactly. Which is it's hard to swallow.
Dude, speaking of racist rants,
the man who looks like a Jew but identifies as a black man, I can pay these things.
Yeah, are you a Jewish black man? What's going on over there?
No, I'm just white.
You're Kanye's least favorite type. He doesn't like blacks or Jews. And you're both.
No, I'm from England. That's where we build white people. You know what I mean? I just have the afro. I don't know. The milkman was black, so I guess. You know what I mean? But I'm the only person in my family. My mum's got hair like this. You know what I mean? But everybody else is like
the old sideshow Bob.
Exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Dude, this is probably going to be heard a little bit late, and he might lose more. I mean, he lost most of his sponsorships. But Kanye West, dude, you a big Kanye fan?
I mean, back in the day, obviously, who fucking
was College Dropout was great.
College Dropout, Graduation was fire. You know what I mean?
I got to be honest. His last 4 albums, I couldn't listen to.
Dark Fantasy was my last one that I liked.
Yeah, what was that? 2011. I mean, that was a decade ago. And for those listening, I know a couple weeks ago I talked about how he had gotten dropped by J.P. Morgan Chase. His bank wouldn't take his money after the anti-Semitic comments he made. And you fucked up when a bank won't take your money.
That's crazy.
I mean, like I said, they've famously financed every other horrible regime in the world, incling the Nazi regime.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how they made the money in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Gold, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for them to walk away from this, but this week he lost Adidas and Balenciaga, and Adidas was paying him $225 million a year.
Oh fuck.
Yeah. So they think he might lose his billionaire status.
Fucking hell.
Which is funny because he had an argument with, over the weekend, like on air with Piers Morgan, your guy, British dude, and his retort to Piers Morgan, who was telling him, this is probably bad for your brand. He's like, Piers, how much are you worth? And Piers says, I'm not as much as you.
Yeah.
He's like, well, maybe you should take business ideas from me, as if making money somehow makes you right.
Yeah.
But then, sure enough, 48 hours later, he lost his 2 biggest contracts, and oddly, he actually said so. Kanye. On a podcast, apparently said Adidas can't drop him. What are they going to do? And Adidas is a German company, and obviously Germany is very sensitive about anti-Semitism.
Oh, of course.
So they got rid of him as soon as they possibly could.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bad breakup. That's what I'm putting it down to. If I lost Kim's ass as well, you know what I mean? I'd probably fucking hate a Jew or two.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
That's every man that dates within that family goes fucking mental.
Even I'm a big NBA guy. You know what I mean?
Tristan Thomas lost his fucking goal.
Tristan Thompson, he was a solid
What was his
player.
name? Almost killed himself.
Lamar Odom.
Lamar
Before
Odom.
he met her, he was 2 years earlier. He was 6th man of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kobe's right hand man and shit like that. So fucking, it's crazy.
Bruce Jenner cut off his dick and became.
I mean, what are we
Caitlyn,
exactly. You're like, what the fuck? Like he was the definition of a man's man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he was the all-time American athlete. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And I wonder. Because you can't dead name people anymore, but calling somebody by their old name if they transition. But I wonder if Caitlyn, still says Bruce Jenner won those medals. Because she was Bruce when she won those Olympics.
I think I watched they've won Caitlyn or whatever. I think she actually does say that. Okay. Yeah.
Because I wonder if that go back and say a woman won the men's decathlon in 1972. You know, if they got to go change the records.
People are just checking notes. They're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
This chick shredded these guys.
Exactly, yeah. That would be fucking nuts.
Oh, man. So how's your time been in the States, dude? You've been here for, 4 weeks now?
Yeah, it's been fucking sick, lad, yeah. I've still not got laid in LA, but...
welcome to the club.
but it's expensive.
Yeah.
but in New York, mate, and then in Boston, I almost done the perfect week. I had 4 girls in a row, 4 different nights.
Do you meet these girls on the shows, or are you Tindering?
I get all my girls from shows. I mean, I tried Tinder and
That's
stuff.
how hard he kills, folks.
Yeah, exactly.
I only get laid
in the car park in my van.
You want to come jerk me off in this hostel?
Yeah. I actually done a hostel gig on Tuesday. There was a 16-year-old lad from England there. We snuck him in the pub.
Did he blow you?
No, we took him out drinking with us and that. Yeah, there's like his cousin's fake ID and shit like that. Yeah, we got a bevy and that. It was hilarious.
Nice. Well, is the drinking age like fucking 12 over in the
Oh, yeah, I mean, I'll give a shit there. You know what I mean? Like,
that is a big...
He was drinking Bud Lights. I was like, he's got to be fine. Like,
I feel like that... I mean, look, the UK has a big drinking culture, but I feel like the United States just trounces everybody in terms of the way we drink.
I mean,
we treat it like it's the last time we're ever gonna have a beverage every time.
Oh
we
yeah,
drink.
sure. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah, like even like it's very cheap here. You know what I mean, for booze and stuff like that. You can buy the fucking big 40s. You know what I mean, for like $2 and shit like that.
That's
it's
cheap.
Crazy. Yeah,
What does it go for in Europe?
I mean, it's different now because like in pubs and that pints are fucking expensive. I'm assuming it is here. You know what I mean. But even liquor stores are getting expensive and shit like that now. But like we drink with our family back home, you know what I mean? So I was
casual.
I was getting bevied when I was like 12, but a bit like a smear off ices and stuff with your family. And then like here they don't do that. So I studied for a year in fucking shitty Connecticut. I mean, it's nice.
You went to Connecticut?
In New Britain. It'll be nice when it's finished. But
they've been working on it since 1776.
New Britain, I'm like, it looks older than fucking regular Britain, I'll tell you that. But so and then you're getting like people that haven't drank, because some people, you can go to college when you're 17 if your birthday lines up, doesn't it? Yeah. So 17, they've never touched it. They're getting their fucking stomachs pumped every fucking weekend because they're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I think that the culture kind of teaches you to be responsible.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you're thrown up in your house, but you're at your parents, it's fine. You know what I mean? They'll just look after you and shit like that. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, it's like when I went to college, and this is a while ago, so I'm fucking much older than you. Like we'd go out, and the point
when you went to college, Dane Cook was performing.
Oh yeah, dude. I was in college from 01 to 05.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
How old are you?
I'll be 40 next year.
Fuck, you look good, lad. I'll give you that.
Thanks, dude. It's all the drugs. I'm pickling myself in narcotics.
Yeah. That's that. She's a bad.
No, but like when I was in college, dude, like what are you guys doing tonight? We're getting fucked up. Like the point of going out wasn't like, oh, we're gonna go to this party and have fun. We're getting fucked up.
Oh, for sure.
And the goal was who can drink the most.
Yeah.
And that just didn't exist. I've been to Europe before. It didn't exist in my travels here. But
I mean, it was a lot more like back home. We just have we're drinking, but we're just drinking. We're not like fucking playing a game.
Yeah,
or speed it up.
Like
we're drinking fast
beer
enough.
Bong,
You know
where they have the funnel the beer.
Exactly,
Yeah, like
we're not doing that shit. We're just like fucking put it in the glass. I'll just fucking drink it. I mean, we'll do shots and shit like that. You know what I mean? But there's no real king. So beer pong, I love that. You know what I mean? Because that is sick, like and stuff. But even then, people here like play with fucking water. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So it's like, well, you're not even getting you just.
What the fuck is the point?
Yeah. Just play fucking. What's that fucking ski
shuffleball
ball or whatever? Yeah,
exactly.
But I remember I mean, I've got so many fucking drinking stories, but one of the funniest ones was because Ford Locos, the original Ford Locos, were like when you first get cocaine in a can.
Yeah. I mean, it was like malt liquor and Monster Energy combined. It was wild. Yeah.
It was like and they were like $4 worth.
It was so good they made it illegal within like a year.
Yeah. Some Asian guy died on our campus. The pussy and ruined it for everybody. Literally, I'm like, what the? He had like 3 cans. I'm like, what are you doing, lad? That's crazy.
You died drinking.
I know, yeah, exactly. So I had 2. It was Halloween. I remember I went as Jackie Moon, from Semi-Pro. Yeah, I'd done that for like 7 years in a row, of course.
It's a good look for you, man. You got the afro. I'm sure you got enough jerseys to go around.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he literally changed from one jersey into another before the show. He's like fucking like Mr. Rogers. Remember when Mr. Rogers would come home and he would take off his jacket and put on another jacket? And then take off his skippies and put on a different pair of skippies.
Oh, that's
you just did the same shit right there.
I like that. That's it. And I've got a fucking a Liverpool jersey on for the show later.
Oh no,
I'm good to go.
Yeah, because your accent won't give you away.
Yeah. They're like, what's he saying? I'll read his shit. Oh, okay, here we go. And we were at Halloween, so I had 2 Ford Locos and some other drinks, but whatever. The Ford Locos were fucked me. And I woke up in this fucking girl's bed, and it was like 9 a.m. I had a midterm that day, and so I had to go there, still dressed as Jackie Moon. But then also on the way there, my mates is like, I'm looking at my phone. I was like, I just bought Deadmau5 tickets for New York tomorrow night, and I'm in Connecticut. Me and my mates were like, what the fuck is going on here? So I go to the midterm, I get a B-.
There you go.
Somehow I rock up, the teacher's like, what the fuck?
I'll tell you how. This is a secret that that I feel like all college kids know once they get there, unless you're pre-med or an engineer, college in this country is a fucking joke.
It's a fucking
Everything's graded on a curve.
Yeah.
They don't want to flunk you out because it looks bad on their admissions reports.
And they lose money as well. Yeah,
they lose money.
Yeah.
They cover up for you. I told my friends when I got back, because I grew up in inner city New York, and all my friends are like public high school kids, troublemakers and shit.
Yeah.
I told them when I got back, I was like, you guys should have tried harder to get into college.
Yeah.
Because it is just a pussy and drug parade, and the university makes sure the real cops, the campus police will show up, but the real cops aren't. They make sure they stay the fuck off campus.
Pussies,
it's a joke.
Yeah. Like I went there to play basketball and that. I never played, like fucking blew up my knee and all that sort of stuff. But
Were you a good baller?
With the team. Yeah, I still play. I was playing in Venice the other day and stuff like that. And like, the campus police would show up and like everybody else get tickets, but the basketball team could go, the football team could go.
Of course.
The golf team had the best parties randomly. The golf team,
because they got the most money.
The golf.
I mean, come on now.
Oh, that makes sense.
The guys who are into golf, the guys who are into golf
and
are also into cocaine.
Girls, you know what I mean? They were pussies, so I'd be like, you just rock up and steal all the girls. You know what I mean? You're like, what the fuck? You're like, 4 scum. Yeah. It was nuts, but yeah, fucking. And then, but we ended up going to New York the next day because my mate, who bought tickets with us, his dad owns a limousine company, so we got a free limo there and back to New York.
Classy.
It waited for us outside, so we just come out like to do MDMA in the fucking thing, like in between the sets.
We came outside to the limo to do drugs and went back in.
But every time we come out, we'd be like, "Has anyone seen our limo?" Just yelling in front of bitches, you know what I mean? Have you seen a limo, ladies?
Yeah,
and then, like, yeah,
a stretch. It's ours.
Sick, yeah.
I will say though, if you rock a stretch limo now, it's kind of lowbrow.
Oh yeah, well for sure. I think I don't. Have you ever done a Hummer stretch limo?
Well, yeah, like in high school.
That's what I'm saying. I think like my 14th birthday or whatever like that.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, it's pretty classless if you.
I'll go. I've done some like the wedding I done in Connecticut, like for this start of this trip. That was like a party bus to the wedding to take all the.
Oh yeah. I've seen
that's down. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
cool. But yeah, a regular limo, you're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Exactly.
So how long have you been splitting your time between the UK and Australia? Because I thought I'd only met you like once briefly in Boston when I first started, like in 2016. I think you cruised through, and then we linked up again when I went to the Fringe World Fest with Rory. In Perth.
Yeah, you were fucking Rory's bodyguard, weren't you? His muscle.
Oh, dude, I get that all that. So people thought that it wasn't the case. I actually get that with my. The guy I'm for now, my buddy Jeff, we were at the Stress Factory, New Jersey, and the guy who owns a club is like a legendary club owner. It's guy Vinny Brand.
Oh, that's a sick name anyway. Yeah,
and they used to talk about him on Opie and Anthony, like Patrice O'Neill and all those guys, like in Bill Burnell. So because he was like the headliner club just outside of New York.
Yeah.
So that'd be like one of the first rooms they would play if they would get headlined.
And they probably get paid better there than New York, obviously.
Of course. So I walk in the green room ahead of Jeff, and the owner is sitting in the chair in the green room. And Jeff walks in behind me. He's, oh, shit, Jeff, do I owe you money or something? Is he here to collect? He said, no, it's my opening act.
Are you here to collect? That's so funny.
Shit, is he here to collect?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that a short you? I owe you money.
So
no, he's my opening act. I say, oh, Christ, thank
Nobody's lighting you, I'll tell you that. You're like, yeah, let him do 40, whatever.
My buddy Jeff said that. He was like, yeah, I don't really get heckled too bad on the road. He's like, who's going to fucking bother you? You look like a thumb on stage, dude. Like a fire hydrant with a microphone.
Yeah, a fire hydrant. You are the fucking human torso, you, for sure.
Well, I got to do something. I'm not the tallest guy in the world. I'm not as good looking as you. So,
well, I appreciate that. I'm unconventionally good looking. I feel like women aren't like, oh, that guy looks good. They're like, oh, what's going on over there?
Yeah, well, I mean, you definitely attract an eye, right? With the hair, that works, and then the accent. I mean, I feel like an accent will bump you up 1.5 to 2 points.
Oh, I mean, I'm exotic here. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Exotic. I mean, I'm more exotic here because in Australia there is a lot of English people. You know what I mean? That have moved there, so there's a lot of Scousers, especially in Perth. You know what I mean? It's like Little Britain.
Which, by the way, I didn't know because I couldn't barely tell the difference between the accents.
Really?
Well, yours, I can tell. Rory's was hard.
Well, Rory's is like
a little muddled.
He's more Australian than I mean, he probably sounds English to them, but to me, he sounds like fucking Australian. You know what I mean? Because he's never. I mean, I think he's done comedy in England once or whatever when he went, but he was raised in Australia. You know what I mean? Yeah.
But so how long you been splitting your time?
So I do. Where are we now? 2012. I started going over there. Well, I first done comedy in Australia because my mum married an English Australian guy. An English guy had moved over to an Australian and that. And so I went out there, done it there for the first time, came home, done it like properly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And shit like that. And then started going back out there. Then I realised a lot of other UK acts go out there. So festivals wise, probably like 2015 or something like that. Yeah.
Do you love it?
Oh, it's sick.
Do you prefer
know
it to the UK, to Liverpool?
I mean, I just like traveling. You know what I mean? I do love Liverpool because I can stay in Australia. I'm a permanent resident there, so I can stay there.
Oh, you got permanent residence?
Yeah. So people are like, "Why are you coming home?" Like, and I'm like, "Because I love Liverpool." You know what I mean? My friends, my family are there. You know what I mean? It's only my mum that's in Australia, and she's a bit of a fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying?
So I went to Australia to get away from my mom.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me move as far away from her as possible.
No, she's in Australia and everybody else is back home, but she lives like 3 hours outside of Perth, so I only see her like twice a year or something, which is, you know what I mean, a godsend. No, I love it obviously, but like we'll both get it like a few days together without each other's
a little
throats
chippy.
and stuff like that. Yeah. So I love going back home. I mean, I just love moving. You know what I mean? I'm sick of like I do like. I've had like residency gigs in like back home and Sydney, you know what I mean? You host every week. But I do like changing, you know what I mean? I like moving around and doing different shows and stuff like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? I like being on the road and shit. Yeah, I'm still 31. I can still fucking sleep on couches. I was sleeping on floors for a bit in fucking New York.
I'm
you know what
still
I mean?
doing it. I'm like, pushing 40, brother.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, that's what's the life though, innit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I went from having money to not, but I'm much happier doing this.
Oh, for sure.
Much
Definitely,
happier. Yeah. But I loved Australia, dude. I loved it so much. Like within 2 days, I'm like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah,
Rory
I mean, Perth is paradise, though.
Yeah.
If you can go, if I could say anywhere in it's a small size city, but it's my favorite city. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I kind of the analogy I like to give people: Perth is the San Diego of Australia. In that,
that's a good
it's
one.
on the beach.
I only did one night in San Diego last night, but I get the vibe. Yeah,
it's on the beach. The women are beautiful. Yeah. It's real chill. It's not.
And the money's good.
Yeah, it's not hustle bustle like LA.
Lad, yeah.
Dude, that trip out there cost me $0.
That's sick.
So the gigs that Rory got me, dude, to get a bar gig here that pays $300 US, it's fucking hard.
Yeah,
they're every fucking bar gig. You do 20 minutes,
and then
you
were picking
$200.
up paid spots. When do you ever pick up paid spots here? Normally you pick up spots.
Yeah,
you're not gonna pick up paid spots. I mean, I think you done some gigs for me and shit like that or whatever.
Yeah,
I think I just gave you cash because I don't think you have the medical.
Yeah, they pay out there. That's why I was like, Rory was like, yeah, you could move out here.
Yeah.
I was like, how long could I stay without having to check back in? It's like, I think you get 90 days. He's like, but if you pick up like a bartending gig, just like a couple shifts a week, I could apply for like permanent residence status after enough time.
Exactly, but then you're going backwards a bit. You know what I mean? So you don't really want to.
You think so?
You know, I mean, in New York it was weird because everybody was like, "Oh, you got to move out here and all that and stuff." And I wouldn't move to New York. I'd probably move to like Boston or something. I did like that, but I'd be on the road a lot. You know? I'd put my stuff in my cousin's place and I'd just fucking keep moving and stuff like that. Because it's like in New York, some crushes still have day jobs.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean most of the people
have a day job. It's been years. You know what I mean? Like,
good for you.
I got into comedy for the Lions. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, this trip, I made a killing in Edinburgh Fringe this year, like, nice. You know what I mean, like, so, and I'm on the last legs of it now, you know what I mean, but then I get back home and on Monday I'm digging again Wednesday, so I'm sound, you know what I mean, like, I just don't have fucking any savings after this, but it was a lot of gigs, but the Lakers is like bucket list shit, you know what I mean, the wedding I had, and
it'd been what 4 or 5 years since you've been back here, right?
Yeah, exactly. So and the gigs every time I come, the gigs are getting better, you know what I mean. I made good money in New York, and I mean not good money, but like it all adds up. In New York, I was getting paid $30 a spot, but you do 3 a night. That's 90, you know what I mean. So I can see how it works. But obviously, I was getting all the best spots because I'm only there for 2 weeks. You know what I mean. So so it'd be.
That's what I want to do, though, man. I'd love to do like what you're doing, but do it with Australia because I just loved it so much there. And also, in the back of my head, I just think it'd be really cool, like if I built up like a decent following in a complete other country. Like, how cool would it be if like you're the most famous comic in Croatia? I know. You know what I'm saying? And nobody, but like you go there for 6 months out of the year, you make your whole year's nut, and then you just go fuck off back to the United States. It'd be awesome to be like a celebrity comic in another country.
You'd be fucking killing it. Like everybody roasts that like the big fish in a small pond, but you're like, I mean, you're a king.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
And you don't need
like
that.
Rory is like Rory was a king in Perth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even in Perth for me, like I fucking obviously get recognised, but I can sell out shows off posts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's like people do come out, they remember me. You know what I mean. And I'm like one of those guys where like I will have a fucking bevy with you after the show. I'll smoke some weed with you.
That's my favorite, dude. I demand it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. I'll bang your fucking sister. You know what I mean? Shit like that.
Your girlfriend, your mom, whoever the fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever. If your nan can get up the stairs, I'll have it. Yeah.
You got to pay extra for that, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You got to pay extra for that.
Right? For the fucking hip surgery afterwards. But well, after that, we'll hang after this, you know what I mean? But, and let's fucking get you back out, yeah?
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Especially if you could fucking, I mean, you booked up to the end of the year, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I'm booked up through December.
So
I have I think a New Year's show, and that's, and then the next show I know that I have is in March.
I mean, and no, a lot of English go over, but no Americans go over, really, did you meet any Americans?
I was the only, especially in Perth. In Sydney,
unless it's Americans that live there for years, you know what I mean?
I ran into like 1 or 2 in Sydney who who like came out to the shows. They were like the girlfriend or the boyfriend of someone who, you know.
But comics wise, I mean.
Comics, I didn't see any fucking Americans out there. And in Perth, I was the only American probably within 1,000 miles.
Oh, for sure.
What Americans go to Perth? You know,
exactly.
Like, I mean,
you don't even know where it fucking is.
It's 6 hours from Sydney. Like, Perth is as far from Sydney as New York and LA. So people like don't understand. Like, oh, Perth, it's right there. Like, no, that's a whole 6 more fucking hours in the other direction.
But I mean, it's a cheap. I mean, you just get the fucking like, you know what I mean. Here, I flew JetBlue. Same there. You fucking fly like Jetstar. You know what I mean? It's like. If you don't mind, fucking shit on us, and you can do it. You know what I mean? It's sound, isn't it? Really.
What's the like? All right, so took me like probably 3 or 4 shows to get my timing right for Australia.
Yeah.
Have you had a hard time doing that coming here in terms of delivering jokes, like to get the right speed and like
definitely,
and then also like your references, right? Like you'll reference something like, oh, people don't know that reference. I got to switch the reference to their local, their local McDonald's, whatever the fuck, they don't have Popeye's chicken here. What's their version of that?
Exactly.
Like, how long?
That's sort of stuff. I mean, I'm looking because I don't do jokes. I'm a crowd work guy, so I just riff. You know what I mean? Like I've got a stock line for every fucking job. Oh, you're a doctor, you're a student. You know what I mean? I've got all that, but I don't have jokes, so I don't have to translate that. I have to slow my accent down a bit. Like, I guess, but I mean, when I get excited, I start riffing, it speeds up. And I find people here are just laughing at me. Like, they're like, I don't know what I'm saying, but it's almost like a character. He's moving, he's saying, you know what I mean? Like that. So, like...
Yeah, see, I had a problem with that.
Funny's funny, I feel like, really. You know what I mean? It can travel, but it's the timing more than the actual...
I found that with me, because I'm from New York, and I talk fast, I think fast. And because of my accent, my New York accent, and just the tone I take, people were like, what the fuck? Like, so I had to slow down for them to catch up.
Exactly.
In a weird way. But the biggest thing I noticed is...
I started smoking weed before... I don't smoke or drink before shows.
In LA, you're going to have to. I mean, there's shows where the point of the show is to get you high before the show.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in New York, I started smoking, and I was like, well, it's fucking slowing me down. You know what I mean? Like, it helped. It was weird.
Like, natural.
Like, it slowed my mind down, but it was still quick enough for them. Like, it was wild.
Yeah, dude. The biggest thing I noticed, besides just slowing down my act for the locals, was every time I introduced myself, they like giggled at my name. Because Randy, it means like horny.
I was thinking more like fucking because South Park.
Well, yeah, but they're like, is that your real name? And I'm like, yeah. That's not a stage name. No. It's like, who the fuck would name you that? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's popular in the U.S. Like,
that's true.
Which is a lie, but
exactly. That
it's a total fucking lie.
It's popular in fraternities in the U.S.
In Texas fraternities.
Yeah, exactly. Randy, Fletcher, Tate. You and the boys.
So how many other countries you've been to doing comedy? Like, is it just you going between British?
I'm going to Ireland when I got back. I'm going to Estonia. These guys are bringing me out to Estonia when I get back.
They have English comedy in Estonia?
Yeah, it's blowing up. The slide the band there is crazy. It's like 200 audience members will show up to an open mic.
What?
Because they just don't have it. So I'm getting a nice little run.
This is the kind of inside information I need, my friend. I want to take this fucking act on the road internationally.
I'm one of those guys where, I mean, I don't really have many, you know what I mean? I've got a phone bill. I've got that's about it. You know what I mean? I rent off my uncle when I get home. So like when I'm not there, I don't have to pay. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So I'm lucky like that. You know what I mean? I mean, you'll love this, but I'm in a caravan on his driveway. Back home. So dude, I'm living the Kyle fucking stereotype. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, dude, don't knock that, because that became a popular thing in the U.S., the van life.
Yeah.
People just selling all their
move.
shit.
I can't drive.
It doesn't matter.
I mean? Yeah.
It doesn't matter. As long as you photograph it well for Instagram, girls will be like, oh, look, he's such an adventurous guy living out of a tricked out van. They don't have to know that it doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have to know there's no escape.
They don't have to know that you're living in a broke down van on the driveway. If you make it look good on the inside, like, oh my God, he's really going places.
Well, I literally have to walk them through the house. So, I was in the house, but then he got this thing for his missus, and I was like, I'll stay here. This is like sound. I got my own little space and that. He's like, yeah, do whatever you want. But you'd have to walk them through the house, the girls,
to get to the yard.
So they're walking through, and they're like, this is nice. And I'm like, yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts. That's it. Take one last look at this.
Yeah, my roommates are rich.
And then we go straight out the back door. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, normally I tell them, but sometimes I'll be like, oh, this would be funny if I didn't tell. You know what I mean? Like that.
Just for your own amusement.
Yeah,
as they walk out of the house.
Yeah. But back to the original point, like I call in those favors, you know what I mean? Like obviously when I come here, people are like, oh, come here, I'll look after you, I'll give you gigs, you know what I mean? Some people are like, oh yeah, sure, whatever, to set in their comfort or whatever. I'm calling in those favors. I'm doing that, you know what I mean? Like I
as long as you don't do it every week, and you're not here every week, so
Yeah, exactly.
We all know those comics who just fucking constantly looking for a place to crash. It's like, dude, get...
No. I mean, no, not for that. Sorry, for like tours and gigs and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. The crashing thing. No. Like here, obviously, like I stay with friends and family and stuff, and then I do the hostels, the Airbnbs, and all that sort of shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a nice, little mix and shit.
What is the city in Estonia? Like, I don't even know.
I don't know.
I can't even name a fucking city in that country.
I'm flying into Tallinn. That's all I know. All I know is it's like supermodel central. Like some of the hottest girls there. Yeah.
A lot of those Eastern European women, they're looking to get out now, right? I mean, they don't know what old fucking Vladdy's going to do.
Exactly.
What the next country is going to try and steamroll.
Yeah. So I didn't even think of that. Estonia might not even be there in November. What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
Your gig's been canceled.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, fuck, I can't even claim this on tax, I don't think. It's not even a taxable claim. I don't know. Within 24 hours, but it was a nuke. Where's the section on that? I don't know. So I like traveling, like meet new people, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So
yeah, I heard there's a whole big scene in like the Nordic countries, Sweden and Norway. They have a comedy scene up there. A buddy that spent a year.
I know Germany, like Berlin and Amsterdam's good.
Yeah. I just got to find the place where I can do it in English.
Well, yeah, that's it. Poland, I've done Poland.
Poland, really?
Poland was sick. I spent a night in jail in Poland. Got date raped by a stripper.
What?
And I still reckon I still love Poland.
How'd you get date raped by a stripper?
But I'll fucking tell you, won't I?
Yeah, because I want to know. Because if a stripper wants to have sex with me, it's going to be consensual.
Yeah. No, it wasn't.
Because I consent already.
All right, well, not date rape, just drugged and robbed. That's a better word, isn't it? That's a better way of saying it.
It's not date rape, drugged and robbed.
But I mean the date, you know what I mean, like that.
Yeah, a little roofie.
I got fucking Cosby or whatever. And I was in there and they barked us into a pub, you know what I mean? 2 beers, 2 shots, this 10. It was a strip club. My friend was like, oh, it's a bit seedy. I was like, fuck off, I'm here for culture, lad. So...
Yeah, I want to learn how the local women do it.
Yeah, exactly. A girl with the fattest ass there. And I was like, what the fuck, yo? This is all of fucking Poland here, right there. And go behind there. She gives me a fucking shot before the dance. I wake up like 6 hours later, like the Undertaker, like that, in a prison cell.
In a prison?
Yeah.
So they didn't even like dump you outside?
No, like prison cell. Don't remember anything. In a prison cell. All my chains were gone, my fucking watch, in my underwear. I was standing up, sitting down, see if I'm being raped. I was like, nah, it doesn't hurt. I'm good. I wake up, this guy next to me, this Polish guy. He's like, what? Like he doesn't know what I'm saying. I don't know what he's saying. Yeah. There's fucking 4 beds, shitting in the corner. Bang on the door. Big dude fucking opens like fucking you. Fucking half a SWAT sticker, tattoo sticking out of his fucking t-shirt. Like this big fucking custody officer. And then he's like, I'm like, where the fuck am I? He's like, come with me. I blow in the machine. He puts it in. He's like, oh, you're too drunk. I'm like, oh, I figured out I'm in a drunk tank now. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I was so hungover. I went back to fucking bed, lad. I got like 4 hours sleep. I was like,
yeah, what are they going to steal? You got no clothes on.
Exactly. And then I woke up. He done it again. He blew in it this time as well, which I thought was weird. Then he let me go. I got all my stuff, my wallet, my cards.
Why did he blow in it?
Yeah, exactly. And then he let me go. I got all my stuff and all that. My wallet. I didn't have any cash on. Cash was gone, but it was only 20 quid. My cards were there. My mate was outside, and he's like, it was like 7 p.m. the next day. He's like, what the fuck happened, lad? I was like, I don't fucking know. He bribed the guy to get me out. That's why he blew it in there. Yeah, to like put the levels in. And like, because you can still do that in fucking Poland, middle of nowhere. He was like, oh, I waited in the club. Then he kicked me out. I waited there till like 6 a.m. I went back to the Airbnb because I thought like, oh, maybe he'd been like
hooked up or something,
sleeping with a stripper or whatever or something like that. And then I called the police and then they found you were here. But it was a scam. We looked it up and they were like, oh, they rip off tourists and all that sort of shit. At that
location?
Yeah. Okay. And they called the police. The police are in on it. They fucking brought me there.
Of course, when the cops get a bribe from your friend to get you out of jail.
So I checked my cards. HSBC, they fucked me. I called my uncle, he's a lawyer. He's like, yo, say you lost your cards, HSBC, they'll refund it. I'm like, oh, that's sick, because I did, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I mean, I'm from Liverpool, so I got a scam in there. And I said I lost it a few hours earlier.
Of course.
So I got all my fucking drinks that I wanted for free, you know what I mean? Exactly.
Smart.
Fuck, yeah. This is a fucking comedy podcast. If you listen, HSBC, by the way.
It's all right. I've admitted to crimes in this podcast.
Okay, that's...
It was a long time ago. Statute of limitations is up.
Oh, well,
and also, I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's a comedy podcast.
Yeah, whatever. I can't even spell HSBC. Shut up. And then yes, we got the money back and all that. So then we were like, I mean, I was hungover, but I was like, fucking King Kanye got shit on me. You know what I mean? Like, fuck Pelican Bay.
So they robbed you, but you robbed HSBC. So it came out even.
Yes. And fuck knows I'm mad. I got a bunch of dance because they didn't run my chains on me watching on, because if they actually steal you, it's theft. But if they take your money, it's like, oh, he was drunk, he wanted these dances.
Yeah. Smart.
So yeah, they were.
So no strip clubs in Poland. Check. Got it. Noted.
No. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, mention my name. You know,
my name goes far.
Like, yeah. If you do, just bank with HSBC. That's my advice. You got a little Polish strip club.
Yeah, you gonna go to the strip clubs in Estonia?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I love a strip club, so yeah.
Even after the Polish experience?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Well, because my mates there, they're like massive in Poland. Like in Polish, they do theatres, and then when they do it in English,
Polish,
they gotta...
you know Polish comics who are big.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know big? I can't even name a Polish comic.
Peter Shimotsky, that's the guy who brought me out. So like when they're massive there, but when they do it in English, they gotta slum and do gigs with me in like Edinburgh and England. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Like
see, that's really dope, man. Because like if you do festivals here, it's like, oh, it's just another comic from Illinois.
Yeah.
You know, like. It's not a whole other country.
Oh,
like a festival, in, you know.
I mean, Edinburgh Fringe is the biggest. I mean, like obviously, Just for Laughter is the biggest comedy festival, but because it's a comedy festival, not a Fringe. But Fringe is like the biggest comedy festival, biggest Fringe in the world, and that's a melon pot. You know what I mean? And that's a comedy Graceland. You're fucking meeting everybody and stuff like that.
Do they do Fringe? Do they do Fringe in Melbourne?
They do a Fringe in Melbourne, yeah. But I mean, it's not worth putting on the schedule or not. Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not what it is in Edinburgh, but I'm trying to figure out if I go back in January, if I can time it.
Oh, but that wouldn't be even until like September. You'd do
Perth,
I was doing Melbourne, Sydney. That's what I'd do. Perth, Melbourne, Sydney.
Okay,
and that'll be your 3 months, your 90 days. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I was trying to figure out the time.
And you ask people to pay you cash. If not, you just pay into my account and I give you cash.
Oh,
whatever,
yeah. I mean, there was somebody over there sold me like $300 that I just never collect. It's like 152 plays.
Well, here I've just been getting it to pay into me friends Venmo and shit. Or I'll ask for cash, you know what I mean? If they have it. Like,
yeah, they paid me in US dollars too, which I was surprised they were able to have it.
Where?
A couple of the bars had US dollars.
Really?
I guess I assume the promoters, because Rory set it up even before I got there, so I guess they got cash.
Maybe
I was like, where'd you get these bad
What was that, Comics Lounge, Melbourne? Was it? No.
No, it was a bar show at like a burger and beer spot that paid me cash, and then there was another one I did in Sydney.
The owner might have been American, maybe, or something like that.
Could be, yeah. And then I did one in Sydney where you take a little ferry across. And it's upstairs.
Oh, yeah. In Manly, yeah.
Yeah. That was a cool room.
That's sick, yeah.
Yeah, it's also interesting the way they did it. They would have like 2 openers, an intermission, 2 more openers, then the headliner.
Yeah.
And I was headlining, which was like...
they do a break there. Back home, they have 2 breaks. That's standard, 2 breaks. You have MC. The first act is normally a headliner doing a double. So he's as good as the opener. Opening act does 20. He's as good as the headliner.
Yeah.
So you'll have like I'll MC, do 15. He does 20. Break. 2 people in the middle doing guest spots, 10 each to try and out for the club or whatever. Yeah. Then break. Then your headliner. So it's like you're starting fucking strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I also kind of like that because when you're at a club here. They're fucking, their waitresses coming around. They do the check drop. Like when they're giving out the bill at the end of the show, the headliner's on there. He's got 20 minutes to go because they drop the checks 20 minutes before you. So like in the middle of the headliner set, there's people like pulling out their phone, like, doing fucking, doing their tips.
What the fuck? Yeah,
it's totally backwards. Yeah.
And that's every club.
That's every headline club that I've ever done. They drop the checks on the headliner.
I mean, there's got to be a better way to do it because you're kind of banning the headliner a little bit. Yeah. I mean, you're booking a good headliner that he can deal with that. I'm assuming. Yeah, that's the whole point, isn't it? Yeah. But that's a weird one. That fuck. Yeah. The headliner last night at the show was he just wouldn't get up. Like I thought he was funny. I thought he was killing, but it was a rough room. I smashed it though.
Who was it?
To be honest, I can't even remember. This lad from Long Beach or whatever. He thought he was dying, but he was doing good. So he just wouldn't leave because he was trying to leave on a laugh. You know what I mean? He was like, I could probably find out.
Well, yeah, because I just did a festival with my buddy from Long Beach.
A bald guy.
Yes.
What's his name now? I'll find out.
Some of the he just DM'd me the other day about doing the show. It's so funny. We both whipped out our phone. Bald guy, he's from Long Beach. Very funny. He won the World Series of Comedy. I'm drawing him.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
he's a good dude.
Oh, bad guy.
Well, yeah, my guy right there.
Yeah.
What's his name? So we can say for the listeners.
What the fuck is his name? That's a lot.
Just click on it.
What's Cot?
Yeah, Wyatt Coat.
What Cot? Wyatt's Coat. Oh, okay, yeah.
He's very funny guy, very good dude. He's actually going to be on the podcast in November, so stay tuned for that.
But so he thought he was bombing, but he went. It was just a weird sound bleed issue.
How's your show's been out here? How have you done?
I mean, it has been easy, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because when I'm hosting, that's my bread and butter. You know what I mean? So that's easy. You know what I mean? And then nobody does crowd work out here, and nobody does it to the extent of me. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking bang 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 now. Like
there's only a couple of guys that are like well known for that. Like Ian Bagg and and Big J Okerson. But there's like a handful of guys that exclusively do that.
Yeah. Russell Hicks, he's an American guy, but he lives in the UK now. Yeah. And stuff like that. But back home, it is a lot of crowd work. You know what I mean? He mixing jokes. I'm the only one that does full crowd work and riffing. I mean, there's a few others, but only one that I really know of. You know what I mean? Yeah. And people roast me for that. But my motto is jokes are for cruise ships and pussies. I've put it on t-shirts and that as well.
A good t-shirt. But I mean, I feel like if you're doing crowd work, it either goes really well, or if you can't get them, it's hard to come around and get them.
Oh, for sure. Oh, definitely. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm not headlining here doing 40 minutes. I'm doing fucking 15s, 20s, 10s. I can get them in that. You know what I mean? Like,
you got enough firepower for 15 minutes.
Exactly. Fucking. I mean, just my energy alone should carry that and that. Like, and then and I always say, like, fucking, I mean, comedy is easy if you don't care about bombing. You know what I mean? Because bombing is the worst thing that can happen in comedy. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day. So if you don't really, I mean, obviously, I want to do well for me and fucking the club so I can come back. But I can take that risk because I'm like, I don't care. You know, especially on these random shows, I'm like, I'm never coming back here. So it's like,
and also, like, I mean, you have to get comfortable bombing or else you're never going to get good.
Exactly.
I mean, cause like, how else are you going to get new material? Like, I've never written a joke and knew it would work right away. You have to tell the fucking thing.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You know, like, you have to deliver it and make sure it works.
Yeah.
And every time you do that, you risk fucking bombing on that joke or on that set if you're ever...
I mean, a lot of the greats fucking bomb on purpose to come out like a phoenix from the ashes. You know what I mean? Like, that's, imagine it, they hate you. I've done it before where they've hated you and now you're crushing. You're like, remember fucking 10 minutes ago when you fucking hated me? You know what I mean? It's like... It's crazy.
Make him remind him of how
I know, literally, you know what I mean? Remember when I said faggot 10 minutes ago? Remember that? Now you fucking love me, don't you, you queers? Yeah.
Which city in the US is your favorite that you've been to?
I do. I mean, New York is cool. I was playing a lot of basketball there, and the gigs are sick. You know what I mean? But nobody in New York says it's the greatest city in the world. Everybody outside of New York thinks it's the greatest city in the world, especially international. But you speak to somebody in New York, they're like, it's a fucking shithole here. It's too expensive. You know what I mean?
I'm so glad you realized that because I'm a native New Yorker. People born and raised in New York want to leave.
Yeah.
The people who like New York are the people who fucking come in there after university, after college,
exactly.
and they're living like a fucking, you know, like a yuppie up in, you know, like in the East Side. Those are the people who are like, oh, New York's all this, all that. You go ask somebody from Queens what they think of New York.
Oh,
I want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
I want to get the fuck out of here.
So
have you been in the subway? Yeah, that's what it's like. It's awful. Don't.
And I reckon Boston is my favorite. I got a taste of San Diego. I did like that, to be honest, as well.
San Diego's like LA with
but Boston, because I feel like it's a good place you could travel. I'd be the same as you on the road. Now my cousin lives there, so you know what I mean. I've got that family tie and stuff like that. And then they do understand me a bit better there because I guess there's a lot of Irish blood floating around.
There is a lot of Irish, and that'll go
similar,
through.
You know what I mean? So it's good like that, big drinking culture and stuff. And like I'd rather host fucking one good show a night than fucking do 3 shit shows in New York a night. You know what I mean? And you'd fucking get more money in Boston and shit like that and stuff.
And like you said, it's also easy enough to travel around. And I know people in town can hook you up if you end up.
Well, I mean, New York is like London, I guess. Everybody wants to be there, but in England, whatever you get paid in a comedy club outside London, you pretty much have to half it if you're doing it in London. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, we know you want to be here.
Oh, you know I mean, like in LA, good luck finding a fucking paid spot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like unless you're paid regular at the Comedy Store. Like you're doing these bar shows, they'll kick you $10 and a free drink.
Oh yeah, they give me 25 last night or whatever the fuck. Yeah,
there you go, and some chicken nuggies.
Yeah, they give me food as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
a lot of free weed though. If you're a weed smoker.
That's true, yeah. I've been doing a lot of them. Like I've done a weed show in Boston, they pay me in weed and all that.
Oh, dude, I did a show in San Diego where you do mushrooms before you go up.
What?
That was wild.
That's a bit too nuts.
The weirdest part about it is too, so they changed the location. It's like one of those secret shows.
Yeah.
And the time I did it, they did it at it was like a converted warehouse space where they would put on
the crowd on mushrooms as well.
Yes, okay. The crowd are on whatever they want to be on, but they know it's a psychedelic show. They know we're all on mushrooms.
Okay,
so most of them are on something.
All mixed weed, whatever.
Yeah, and it was at a converted warehouse where they did like a backyard wrestling show. So the stage was the ring. They just took the ropes down on one side. Yeah. And what fucked me up is that they didn't tell me this. Like I've never stepped in a fucking professional wrestling ring like WWE style ring.
Yeah.
And I'm whacked out on mushrooms. I walk up and the floor is springy. And I'm like, holy shit, I feel like I'm standing on a waterbed. Like it took me...
You thought it was the drugs doing that? Oh, yeah.
I knew the floor was weird. I was like, I can't get comfortable standing because I feel like I'm going to fucking bounce off this thing.
That's crazy.
It was wild, dude. It was
Have you been in a boxing ring before?
No, man. The last time I threw a punch, that was probably my
that's less wavy, actually, to be honest, but yeah.
Well, the springs on the fucking they have
in the WWA is fucking WWA is fucking nuts. Yeah, the last time I done mushrooms because I'm old school. I'm only weed and alcohol. Like I've done me coke, I've done fucking MDMA and all that sort of shit. You know what I mean? But I've fucking even birds are like, you want to do a line of fucking coke off me tits? I'm like, nah, I'm alright, love. You know what I mean? Like I've been there, done that.
I'll just suck on your tit. How's that?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, fucking, I'll just miss the fucking.
I'd rather suck on the titty. Is that cool? You can keep the coke for yourself. Can I have the nipple?
Yeah. You keep the coke. You look like you've had a rough life. I'm going to be honest.
Dude, it's the exact opposite here in LA, man. They have something out here called California Sober, where they don't drink, they don't smoke, but they do hard drugs. It's like,
Well, that's not. You're not sober then,
no
are you?
drinks,
You're
just
like,
cocaine for me.
Exactly.
It's like, what? How is that?
I know. It's stupid,
that's not sober.
What the fuck are you on about exactly? Or they're like fucking. Oh, the weirdest is like they fucking. Oh, do you want to Adderall? It's like I don't have a test tomorrow, no lad. What the fuck are you on about? Fucking study drug. It's stupid. But I done mushrooms in Amsterdam for like the first time in a while. I think the last time I done them was like probably with Rory in like 2017 or something like that. And then because he looks like a fucking mushroom.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Well, you've seen him now. He's got rid of his dreadlock.
I know.
But he had his dreads when you were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
So. And it was in Amsterdam, so obviously, you know what I mean. You've got to fucking do it.
Yeah, when in Rome, dude.
Like,
you know,
exactly.
if I'm in Italy, I'm eating pasta. If I'm in Amsterdam, I'm eating mushrooms.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Where you eating pussy?
Everywhere.
I love the way you change your voice for that. They're like a commercial as well. If you're on the man like a go like me, eat pussy.
Anyone will.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like it's like ice cream. If someone offers you ice cream, you take it.
If it's a hot enough day, you're. I'm the opposite. I mean pussy when it's cold.
I only eat pussy when it's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. I like it musty.
I'd put my hands in there first, warm them up a little, motherfucker. You know?
I like a nice dry heat.
Yeah. Like a Dyson airblade. And then, but you'll love this because we on the menu it's like the you know what I mean, the whole spiel and stuff, and it was like seriously funny, and I was like, well, that's me, let's go. Took them. We went to a sex show, like a live sex show. Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, dude. I am never less interested in sex than when I'm on the middle of a mushroom trip because it just seems goofy to me. It's like I'm gonna put my dick in her.
Yeah.
Nah,
but it's just elements. It's just so it's like one person. It's like a platform, spinning platform.
When you say sexual,
proper old school theater.
Is it like a donkey show in Mexico where she fucks an animal?
No.
Okay,
it's not as crazy. Probably back in the day, like I've done those shows in Benidorm, like Sticky Vicky would shoot like stuff out of her pussy.
Where
you know
is
what
that?
I mean? Benidorm's in Spain.
Okay.
So it's like, and Sticky Vicky, she shoots stuff out of, pulls
out
stuff out
the ping pong show, they got that in Thailand.
Yeah. And now her daughter does it, Sexy Barbara, but Sticky Vicky's like 80, her daughter's like 50, they're still working, it's crazy, yeah. So now it's like, you just go to be like...
Her daughter does it too? It's genetic.
Yeah, that's exactly, you know what I'm saying? And so we go to the sex show, and it's like it's like a lineup. It's a continuous lineup, and like you see an act, and then you're like, it comes back on 5 acts later. You're like, oh, I've seen this, so you leave. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Like,
so
yeah,
they just like two people just fuck, and then
two people
they finish.
fucking on a spinny thing. Then the next person is doing like a funny thing. You know what I mean? Like she said, "Can I have a volunteer?" Before my friend could elbow me, I was on stage mid mushroom trip.
Well, I was going to say it's like a variety show. You were the third act, and then the fourth act.
Yeah, literally.
Like, you were doing comedy in the middle of two people fucking, holding the dildo mic.
You're like tapping it. Is this on or? And then the mic's going. You're trying to talk it.
It's wobbling.
Like, hey, it's over here. And then yes, so he does. I'm already on stage, and then she's like, stuff. She like she puts my hands on her tits. I'm so fucking on mushroom. I just don't let go. She's like trying to get loose. I'm like, I can't hold this woman's tit. And then my friend's heckling me, but I'm freaking out. Don't know what to say. He's like, let go. And then I'm like, who the fuck's that? He's like, stop talking. Shut up. And then I'm like, who the fuck's that? Like, and I don't even realize it's him. And then she like gets me to pull this ribbon out of a pussy and that. Like it says like a welcome sign on it. I do it with my teeth. Then I eat like a pussy out of banana. No cramp that night. It was fucking sick.
Wait. She put a banana in her pussy and you ate it?
Like bit the end of it. It's not like I didn't touch the pussy. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Did she peel the banana or did you eat the peel?
It peels it, yeah. And then back to fucking. Then another person doing like a funny like tit shot, you know, like burlesque.
Yeah.
And then it's like hardcore fucking. Then comic relief, hardcore fucking. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Comic relief. Hardcore.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, that's what it's fucking.
You don't
like.
want to jerk off or laugh.
It was crazy. And then after that, I mean, you just got. Oh, I didn't go to the brothels that night, but I went the next night.
Is it expensive?
What
are they running you for an hour in the brothel?
Oh my god, they saw me coming a mile away. I'll tell you that for free because they're all dancing in the fucking windows. I'm there licking it. I like that. Like I went to get this one girl. She ended up. Oh, do you want me friends? So I thought it was gonna be a 2-for-1. It was a fucking 2-for-2. She upsold me.
It was 3-for-2.
She upsold
They
me.
made you pay triple.
Yeah, exactly. They paid for me. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they give you the menu, and it's like fucking like quick sex, blowjob, fucking chicken dippers.
What's a chicken dipper?
No, bigger things on it. Mozzarella sticks.
I was like, whoa, chicken.
It was just a menu. It was a menu.
I was going to say, you said chicken dippers. I was like, is that a sexual thing I don't know about yet? I was so intrigued. I was like, what's a chicken dipper? I want to do that tonight with my girl. Like, what is that, when you put your balls in her asshole?
No. Yeah, so I did like quick sex. I'm like, every sex is quick, so you don't have to worry about the typo. And then, yeah, they ended up paying, and I just like banged both, like one was around me, and then I fucked the other one, and the alarm goes off. They're like, hurry up, because it's time, and you got to hurry up, you got to finish.
Oh. I mean, like, there's nothing less sexual than being on the clock.
I know, I'm like, you fucking hit snooze, you know what I mean?
It's like that. Bro, I'm not going to come with you rushing me.
As well, you know what I mean, obviously. So you're doing all that, and bevy, and fucked, and I'm doing all that. So I'm like, oh, she's like, how can I speed it up? And I'm like, oh, call me daddy. Because I like that, obviously.
Yes, yeah, so she grabbed your cell phone, called your father, said, hey, tell him to hurry the fuck up.
No, even worse, because of my accent, she goes, come for me, Danny. Come for me, Danny. And that's my cousin's name, so I came straight away, obviously. We're a close family. But it was so funny. I was just started laughing. She was like, what are you laughing at? And then I was like,
Good, Danny.
So funny.
Oh, man. Let's get into some news before we have to wrap this bad boy up.
Let's do it, lad.
This is really weird. Hang on, let me open this fucking article. There we go.
So is this topical news, is it?
Yeah, and I choose the topics. So you'll see right away.
Yeah, nice.
I had an orgasm during labor, and I didn't want it to stop. A Canadian woman said she felt like she was having a major climax moment during labor, and she didn't want the experience to end. Hannah Faustino, 36, entered her orgasmic state while giving birth to her daughter, and credits prenatal yoga classes with a pleasurable, pain-free process. During birth, I surrendered my mind to my body, and I had similar sensations to an orgasm. I didn't want to stop. I was flush, and it felt really good. Giving birth, though, was harder than any marathon I've ever run. She got pregnant a second time. She said, unfortunately, this wasn't a pain-free labor experience. But
she's a pedophile.
My daughter made me come.
There's a baby down there. You're getting off. What are you on about? She's a fucking nonce. That's so. She obviously got the biggest pussy in the world, and only a baby.
Well, that's what I was going to say about this. She sounds like the biggest size queen ever. Because I don't care how big your dick is, it's not bigger than a baby.
Yeah,
you know, if only a baby can make this woman come. Like King Kong has to fuck her.
Even when they say, "Oh, you got a big dick," he's got a baby's arm. They don't say,
"Yeah,
he's
got
a full baby." You never say, "Is that a baby in your pants?" Or you just happy to see me?
Yeah. Do you think she tells her husband, "Why can't you pleasure me the way our daughter did?"
Imagine that.
It's so gross.
It's fucking 1 day you're old is slaying puss. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, I've never heard of that before because I'm older. I had a bunch of friends who had kids, and they always tell me how gruesome giving birth actually is.
Oh, I mean, of course,
you tear your vagina to your asshole sometimes.
There's shit, blood, there's
everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, they say it's the only thing more painful than giving birth to a child is being lit on fire. I've heard that saying before.
Holy fuck!
I've never heard of an woman having an orgasm during labor.
I didn't even think that was. I mean, I guess she would have to be a super freak, but I guess like women do like the choke and the slap. Some freaks do love the pain, but I mean that's like
I want to be in labor to come.
I know what you just also fucking uppercut the pussy like fucking. Like, what are you doing there? Like really? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. That is. I hope she's not at one of my shows.
I know, right? And like I said, it's already pretty complicated to make some women come, right? Because they need the perfect lighting, setting. You got to fuck them, put a finger in their mouth and one on their butt. And they all have it's like a puzzle you got to put together. Figure out how to make women come sometimes. This one's like, I'll have to give labor to have an orgasm.
That's crazy.
I have to be in labor.
I know.
It's wild. But I'll tell you this right now: if she's coming from this because
how does her husband feel? You know what I'm saying? How would you feel about that?
Let me see if he commented on it. The husband's in here.
It's definitely a no comment for sure.
Yeah, but they have photos of her husband. He doesn't comment on it.
What the fuck?
But
is she smiling at any of these photos? Definitely not.
Oh yeah, he's one of them with the kids. She's pregnant again though, so she's definitely smiling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's a good-looking gal too. But apparently she credits her ability to do so given these prenatal yoga classes.
Yeah, I don't understand that. What's that?
So it's like I guess it's like a yoga class that pregnant women take that's like helpful for stretching for the baby.
Yeah.
So ladies, if you're having trouble coming, take a prenatal yoga class.
Yeah, exactly.
That might be the move right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's a long process. It's going to take you 9 months to come. You know what I mean? But it's worth it, I guess.
Shorter than most. Which is 9 months shorter than most women.
That's crazy, that.
Fucking wild.
It's like a water broke. No, she's just squirting. It's crazy, that.
Oh my God.
Where'd you get your news from, World Star? What the fuck? That's not Fox, that.
That's the New York Post, my friend.
Oh, my Lord.
Here's another great one. My husband left me for my daughter when she turned 18. Now they have a family.
Like stepdad?
Yeah.
Okay.
So says Tiffany felt like all her dreams had come true when she met Mark. At the time, she had a 3-year-old daughter and had found dating as a single mom particularly hard. So she thought she hit the lottery when she met a man that was cool with her having a kid and wanted to start a life with her. Smash cut to my life was perfect in 2010. I had a son with my husband, so she had another kid. So she had a kid without the guy she was married to, and then now they have a kid together.
I know, but if you're raising that kid from free, I mean, it's your kid.
That's where,
you know what I mean?
That's where it gets
calling him
creepy.
daddy for different fucking reasons now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
No, but that's what makes it like a pedophile thing. Like,
yeah.
If like it'd be one thing if you were like a 50-year-old guy and you met a 19-year-old girl and she's whatever reason is into.
I mean, you're grooming it, really. I guess.
Exactly.
He didn't just have that idea when she turned 18. He had that idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She was 16 and probably still pretty hot.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I'm sure she like all of a sudden only at 18 did his attraction to her turn on.
Yeah.
You know. But what I want to know is because they have a son together. So now, this woman and his ex-wife have a son who's the sister of his now wife. How does their other son feel about this?
So it's like his sister is technically his
stepmom. Yeah.
What the? Where is this? Where's this? You know what it is?
I'll tell you where it is right now. Hang on.
It's got to be fucking South or something like that.
Yeah, it's got to be Florida.
Yeah.
Where is it? Say this shit. Blah 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 blah. 40-year-old American wrote on Reddit. Doesn't say where in America.
Oh, okay.
But it is an American. So I'm gonna go.
The Bible Belt.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Florida on this one, guys.
Florida, you reckon?
I mean, it's usually Florida with this kind of thing. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how does the brother handle this? I'd be pissed at my dad. And my sister. I'm like, you guys shouldn't be doing this.
There's a 3-year gap maybe or something like that.
Yeah, he was 3. Yeah. So the son is 15 and the father's now dating his 18-year-old sister, is marrying and having kids with. So now so the father has a kid with she's now 22 and they had a family.
Holy
so
shit.
They have so now that brother's sibling and nephew and niece are the same person.
What the
It sounds very British. It sounds very royal family.
It's like Migos, like Quavo's like his uncle's cousin or something like that or whatever, and shit with fucking Offset and that. It's wild, that. That's crazy, that, isn't it?
I know. Well, that's the thing. Like I said, I get it if you've never met this 18, 19-year-old girl before in your life.
And obviously the mum hates that guy now, but then the mum can't necessarily hate. I mean, that's what I'm saying, but I mean, you can't really hate. It's your daughter, isn't it? At the end of the day, so you can't like, you know.
And like
what I
said, I would assume he was grooming her, so I would think that he was making moves
like
on her
Woody
before.
Allen vibe,
yeah, when she was underage, I would think that was what was going on. You know, I wouldn't give him the benefit of the doubt on that at all.
Yeah, nah.
You know.
Oh fuck no! What the fuck? Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. I mean, maybe if you're like fucking. You start dating them and she's 18, you know what I mean? The daughter's 18 or whatever, you know what I mean? That's just every porno, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's every fucking step.
That's
porn,
another thing about
yeah.
this. It became like every porn that is today.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fucking the step kid. One more sexual one. I was going to go with the worst. I have another article in here about the 10 least liked names, but the first one's Kyle, so we'll skip it.
No. Oh, fuck you. I was going to say Randy's top 3. Fuck you.
Well, Randy's not popular enough. But we'll stick with the sex theme because this one's pretty fucking ridiculous. A Republican candidate quits after the cops catch him masturbating outside of a preschool. And what's crazy about this is the reason he gave. Police found candidate Randy Kaufman, no relation.
I love that. just a double check. Yeah. You're like, Randy's went on in some sort of secret group chat.
On October 4th, he was parked outside a children's center at Rio Salado College in Texas, I guess, with his pants down to his mid-thigh, manipulating his genitals in a masturbatory manner, according to the police report. An officer walked up upon him and said, "Seriously?" And Kaufman says, "I'm sorry, I fucked up. I'm just really stressed out." He goes, I had no idea there was a school across the street. I was just really stressed. I needed to relieve some stress.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
the most confident fucking wanker in the world, really, isn't it?
But that's the thing. Like, this is the best part. So this is in Arizona. Kaufman admitted to watching interracial porn and masturbating in his Ford truck parked across the street 3 spaces away from a preschool. Because he was next to a preschool, it's now a major felony, and he's probably going to be a registered sex offender.
Yeah, like if you piss on a fucking playground and they catch you, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, where's the weirdest place you've ever masturbated?
And
don't say a preschool because that'll freak me out.
The weird. I've done it on a plane before.
On your seat?
No, like in the Mile High Club, yeah. Like I was with the lads, they just dared me. And
a Mile High Club with yourself?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
You ever jerk off at work? Like you ever have a day job where you're like, I'm going to go and...
No, I mean, I'm a comedian and Louis C.K's already got that going, so I'm not going to fucking steal his thing.
I don't want to steal his act.
Yeah, exactly. Not lifting anything of him. Where have I jerked? Not at work. I mean, I've had sex in like a Pizza Hut bathroom, but I didn't work there. I've jerked off in like mall bathrooms before, shopping centres while I was working or something like that. Yeah, like when you were a kid, super.
But have you done it in your car?
Nah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this is broad daylight.
That's crazy. That
in his car. Windows not tinted. Interracial porn on the phone on the dashboard.
What the fuck? Earbuds or just speaker?
I think he Bluetoothed it and was cranking it high. That's how he got caught.
Yeah.
The cop was like, seriously, dude?
I love that the cop's like, seriously? That's so funny.
And his response is, sorry, I was stressed out.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's like, dude, there's bathroom. Like I said, there's a Starbucks bathroom, McDonald's bathroom. You know, like you don't need, like if you really got to get a nut out, there's places you can go.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like your house. Like, what the fuck?
Like your own
someone's mouth. No, there's a guy I played basketball with, and he's ex-Marines and that, back home in Liverpool. And obviously, I'm not going to say his name, and he's a sad lad. But I've been playing for him for a few years, and then they were like, "Oh, do you know about him?" And he showed me an article from like the Echo back home, and he got caught like wanking in the car or whatever. And this was the same. It wasn't at a school or nothing like that. I think he was just stressed or whatever like that, like proper like downtown Liverpool. You know what I mean? Like in there and stuff like that. So he made that sort of stuff. I think he got fucking dishonorably discharged, I guess, from the Marines for it. You know what I mean?
That's a great way to get out of military service if you don't want to. Jerk off in public, people.
That's true,
yeah. That's what all these Russian men who are getting conscripted should do. They should jerk off in public and maybe then they won't get drafted.
Well, there you go. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
300,000 Russian men. There's a tip for you.
Yeah.
Dude, this was fun, man.
I know, this was sick.
Yeah, man. Where can people find you?
And we fucking filmed it right on the Hollywood Hills.
I know, right?
That's crazy. I thought it'd be windier. This is sick.
Where can people find you? What should they follow?
Tinder. But LeBron James of Comedy on Instagram, please, and Kyle Legacy on Facebook. But my Instagram's the one I'm pushing. Like I've got
That's
TikTok,
my favorite too.
Instagram, I'm good with that. Like new videos every week. That's sort of vibe. You know what I mean? And
I'll
my Instagram stories never die. If my Instagram stories stop, I'm dead.
Okay.
Like literally. Yeah.
All right. So I'll cut this up and we'll collaborate some clips. I'll get you some of my followers.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
File him, guys. Very, very funny guy. Thanks for doing this, brother. Love you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Good to see you. Love.
All right, guys. That's it for this one. We'll be back next week with more hijinks and more bullshit. You can follow me at Randy Valerio. You can follow the podcast at Ready, Set, Blow. Rate, review, subscribe. All that shit. We love you guys. Check you next week. Peace.
Yeah, we were cooking then.